So, Lane, I have heard some really big breaking news recently from the Taco Bell Live Mas Live, A Night at the Palladium, which revealed 20 plus new menu items set to release this year. You haven't seen this yet?
No.
Oh,
Sorry.
this is crazy.
This is so funny. This is, okay, for context, Ricky's like, I got something to start the podcast with, and it's Lane bait. And here I am thinking he's going to talk about Timothy Chalamet's, like, ballet comments or, like, some Oscar discourse. No. At the Palladium, I am a Taco Bell fan. To be clear, I ate Taco Bell literally today. So you've got my number. But no, I don't keep up with them like this. So this is
Oh, you don't keep up with their news? Yeah. Oh, this is great then.
It'll find me, but okay, so do you want to just go through these things? Find me. Do you want to go through the new menu items, or do you have like a whole lineup that you want to present me with? Or
yeah, no, we can just go through all of them if you'd like. That's fine. Okay. Yeah.
Are you on
there's a couple notable ones that I wanted to mention, but
sure. Are you on the TacoBell.com newsroom website? Are we going to walk through that together? Or...
Yeah, let me pull that up. That was not what I had open, but I will pull that up. Yeah.
No. Let's go with what you got. What do you got? I'll follow along and add color commentary.
Okay. Well, I mean, mine was just like an advert for it. We'll start at the top.
Cool.
They got a new pie, the Mountain Dew Baja Midnight Pie.
Oh, I see this. Okay.
Yeah.
Passion fruit, citrusy key lime.
From miles away.
Interesting. Okay. How are you on Mountain Dew Baja Blast?
I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. The Blast came out when I was in like middle school, high school. I've always kind of been a fan.
Okay. I like every time I see one, I'm like, I want to drink this. Not really. I like a Mountain Dew. I drank a lot of Mountain Dew growing up. More so now, I'm a cola person more than anything. I love a Sprite, but I do.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You a Dr. Pepper at all?
I love Dr. Pepper too. Yeah. But I do.
Okay.
I was a Pepsi family growing up, so if I go between Coke and Pepsi, I'll do Pepsi. The Gremlins have got my ass, so like typically I'll try and do either like a diet or a caffeine free, and if I can do both, then great. Like a Sprite Zero, my fave. Like but it's hard to find.
I've heard some people prefer like a diet or a zero versus like the regular for some of these. I don't really dabble too much in a diet ones, but
I like a Diet Coke more than a regular Coke. But a Pepsi is that's a harder sell when it comes to the Pepsi diet.
Yeah. They perfected the recipe, perfect ratio. No need to change it.
Yeah. But so like Baja Blast, like I'm like I like the look of it. I feel like I'm gonna like it every time I drink one, and then I'm like, whoa, I am too old, or like something's wrong here.
Whoa, I'm being blasted by Baja right now. If only someone could have warned me of this.
But like, and I feel like it doesn't pair well with the Taco Bell menu too. Is part of the trouble. Like I feel like it doesn't. It's like too sweet almost. Like you need like a cola to like, I don't know, come down a little bit.
It's a little richer. Yeah. Gives you something more to bite onto. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like it because it's sort of like light, bubbly, and like.
Oh, I don't find it light.
It is hitting you with a lot. I think it's light. I feel like it's lighter. It's not too light. It's got a good flavor to it, but it's lighter than a cola.
Maybe I need to do like maybe it's that I'm always drinking a full sugar Baja Blast, and I usually don't drink full sugar soda, so maybe that's the problem. Because like, do they sell Baja Blast Zero? That feels like it defeats the purpose. That feels like I don't know. Yeah, like not real.
You like ask for that, and they're like, "Ooh, we're gonna have you pull up to the other window over to the side."
And the other window is Nuremberg, and they're trying me for war crimes. Yeah. No.
So welcome to the gulag.
Yeah. How dare you? No, but I will try this pie. That sounds fun. So is this like they're gonna give you pie in the store? They'll do that? Is that
Bro, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with it.
Alright.
I assume that it's just gonna be like a piece of pie, like in like those like paper containers, right? But I would love if you could just buy a whole pie,
or like like a dessert empanada. I feel like they sell,
dude.
Yeah.
On the empanada sort of same wavelength, and I'm going to be bouncing around all here. Sorry to the watchers, I'm going to be bouncing around between desserts and like not. Edible sauce packet, fire queso.
Oh,
Let me just read that. Edible sauce packet.
What?
It's like empanada wrapping with just sauce inside. So you can bite it and then like drizzle your sauce, and then you've got...
I feel so old, like trying to like parse this.
That looks so good.
Wait, where? I don't even see this on the release, the news release. I'm still scrolling. Edible? Let me search this. Let me control F.
Edible sauce packet. Fire queso.
Oh, fire queso sauce packet. Okay. Let me Google so I can get an image. Oh, so it's just like a little okay. I was picturing like the metal like or like foil packet, but like somehow they Frankensteined it into being, you know. I have
No. They like ship them out frozen and then they like heat them, you know, so you get like the sauce like just inside there. Yeah.
Yeah. The fire sauce. I have to eat the Taco Bell with sauce now, and I do the fire sauce.
Yeah.
Like I didn't used to.
I'm a Diablo guy. Yeah. I mean, I like having some sauce with it at least.
Sure.
Fire sauce, fire case is good too. Yeah.
Okay. What other highlights do you want to hit here?
Back to desserts. Birthday cake empanada looks banging. Looks way too sweet. Looks like it'll just overwhelm me with, you know, sprinkles. And you know what? I'm down for it though.
Okay.
Especially when I'm eating my creme brulee crunch wrap slider.
I'm sorry. Wait, so it's vanilla. There. Vanilla. This is not what I go to Taco Bell for. It's like I'm going to Taco Bell to eat beans. Why would I get creme brulee and fucking?
I want
like,
bean and jalapeno. That's it.
This is crazy. Okay,
no, that looks great though. Like insane.
It does look good. That we should really be We Want to Eat. Why do we ever try to talk about movies?
I know, right? The Eat, Drink, Man, Woman episode really cemented in my mind that like we We Want to Eat at the end of the day.
Yeah, true.
Strawberry and cream Mex pizza bite. Brother.
Why are they doing
depending on the size of these?
Yeah.
Well, no. They've got some other ones, but depending on the size of those, I'd fuck up 3 or 4 easy.
Oh, I see. So they kind of look like a cream pie almost. Pause. Like a yeah. Okay, it's a tostada. Okay, interesting. Okay. Because the press release, to be clear, the press release that I'm looking at is just text. So when I'm finding these things, it's like everything, every like item is just like a 4-sentence like monstrosity, and I'm just trying to picture
like
this.
Blur.
Like, what is the flamin' hot mini taco salad? Like, what are we doing with
that's so great, because that's the next thing that's on the poster. And I'm going to send you this just so you have the poster to also look at.
Oh, please, yes. Maybe I'll put it in the show notes.
I was looking at that. I'm like, that looks good as hell, too. I'd eat the fuck out of that. And then the Cantina Mexican pizza. I'd eat the fuck out of it. Like, I'd fuck that shit up.
Their Cantina stuff is good. Oh, you sent me an X link. How dare you?
Yes, I did.
Gonna open the picture.
That is where I discovered that.
No, the Cantina stuff that they've put out in the last, like the Cantina chicken, like that sauce and like that style, that stuff's really good. They have like an avocado salsa verde, that's really good. It's good stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, these pictures are terrible. The Baja Midnight Pie is crazy. It looks like a pumpkin pie.
Crazy. Wow. It's crazy to look at. I thought it was chocolate. When I first saw it, I thought it was just like a chocolate cream.
That's what,
like,
okay.
Yeah.
Which they could do like a Mexican, they could do like Mexican hot chocolate. Like, why have they not done that? You know?
That'd be crazy. Come on. Yeah.
Why is this all dessert?
Yeah. Yeah, like over half of it's dessert. It's just, I think a lot of it is just because the Cinnabon poppers, I think, worked so well. And like, I know me personally, if I'm getting the munchies and I'm like going to Taco Bell and ordering a ton of food, I'm getting the fucking Bon poppers, bro. Like they're in the bag, you know. So I feel like, you know, they just read their demographic. They were like, dude, people are gonna see this when they're high and they're gonna order like 4 whole pies. Like it's just, you know.
That's true. First off, bring back the quesarito. But I don't know. I just like I get the cinnamon twist because, like, okay, so my order at Taco Bell, I order off of the online app, and then they have a really cheap deal on the app where you get for like $7, you get basically 2 full menu items, a drink, and like one of the desserts or like a small side. So you can get like, you know, a cheesy gordita crunch, a beefy 5-layer burrito, which I sub out for black beans, and then they'll do like cinnamon twists or like the nacho cheese or or like nachos on the side, or their cheesy Fiesta potatoes. So I do that, and it's like $7. And it's like the best fucking, fast food deal out there as far as I'm concerned. But
yeah. Bang for buck, you're not beating it.
It is, yeah. And I don't know. So it's like with that third option, like I usually don't want the chips are like a waste. Like I'm like, I don't want to eat these. Mm-hmm. The Fiesta potatoes are like, well, that's a whole other thing. Like if I'm hungry, like really hungry, I'll do that. But that's like a really heavy side to do just like a bowl of their potatoes with like, sour cream and shit. And so I usually do the cinnamon twists, which are just like nothing. They're just like you're just like eating the sugar. Like you might as well just pour the sugar into like a cup and just like drink it. I don't know. It feels
mixed with a little cinnamon,
But so it just, I don't know. I feel like they could perfect the cinnamon twist a little bit more, or like do like an elevated, because like it's supposed to be a churro. They don't have those. They don't have like a real version of that, to my knowledge. I don't venture out of the menu, But what's your T-bell order?
Out of your confines. I don't know. I don't have a distinct one. That's the thing. Like,
it's
I don't
whatever you're
eat
feeling.
fast food enough for me to have like a distinct order for like any place. But like, I will, when I go there, I will generally pick up whatever like box that they're running, because they like, mix up deals or whatever. And I do this at almost any place I go to, unless there's something that I'm like, oh, that sounds great. I'll pick up like a party box or whatever, and just and just like get whatever customized shit's in there. I do like the like chicken chalupa stuff. I think it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. I like those, but like I get those in a box. When I was a kid, I would like force my mom to like bring us to Taco Bell, because like why not? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they had like, it was like $3 for $1 tacos, right?
Yeah,
like,
they used to be really cheap for like the soft tacos or crunchy, like basic. Yeah.
I remember, I think like I had my blood drawn once or something. It was something where like my mom like felt bad, and she was like, all right, like we'll go to Taco Bell, that's fine. Like full guilt trip mode, and like
this was like
we get there, I was like, how many can I get? Yeah. And my mom was like, well, I mean, don't go crazy with it. I was like, okay,
what does that mean?
I'll have like 12.
Yeah.
Right? Like to start with. And she was like, well, that's kind of a lot, Rick. All right. Like I was like, all right, like I'll have 9 then. So like I had 9, and like my mom had like 6 or something. I was like, okay, cool. Like we went back up, because like I ate all of them like in seconds. Yeah. Like I was like,
they're not the most substantial things. Like they're the like basic like tacos are like, they're like 4 grams of like of food.
Yeah.
Like, it's not much.
Well, and this is also when like you could like when you were like, I don't know, when you were at like the register, it was like they had like a cafeteria line style, right? And they would just sort of like the people who were cooking it would just like hand them over the side to you, right?
Yeah.
And so like they handed us like our first couple, and I was literally like inhaling them in line, and then like going to throw out the paper afterwards.
Yeah.
And like so we get back into line, and like my mom wasn't gonna eat hers until after, so I was like, all right, well, like I mean, you got to get me more. I'm a growing child. That day I ate over 20. I don't remember how many it was, but I know it was over 20. And like my mom also had like 10 or 15 or something. And I think in total we had over 40, and like my mom was just like kind of like ashamed about it, but like all of the workers were like so happy, they were like so excited, and I kept just like running up there. I was like, you know what I want, like give it to me.
Yeah.
Like,
my
they're already like pre-making them.
Yeah.
I
used to
give
do
me
that.
another 6.
I had a friend growing up, my friend Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
He and I used to go to it was before I had a license, but he had a license, and so we would drive to McDonald's late at night and get the McNuggets, and it would just be like, give us 50 McNuggets, and we would just sit and fucking drive around, like burn cruise, and like, just eat chicken McNuggets and see how fast we died basically for the evening. So there's something fun about like the really insubstantial stuff at a fast food restaurant, like a soft taco or a crunchy taco or like a McNugget, where you're like, I can just put 80 of these bad boys down and I'm fine, especially when you're a kid. Yeah. But the tacos, especially like the soft tacos, those are like, not even, that's like equivalent of like, I don't even know, 1 head of lettuce. Like it's like nothing.
Yeah,
like,
it's nothing. It's nothing. It's completely guilt-free eating those.
Yeah.
In high school, one of my friends, he was like out with his wrestling team, and like I had told him jokes about like, oh, like just get 100 nuggets. I was like, dude, just eat 100 nuggets. Yeah. Like you will eat 100 nuggets, just like order them. And it was like 5 of them, and so like he was like, could I just get like 300 nuggets for the table? And they're like, apparently they just sat there and they're like, you want 300 nuggets? He's like, yeah, for like everyone though. And like the cashier was like, sure, but like, we're not gonna package them individually for you. And he was like, yeah, that's fine, whatever.
Just dump them in the bag.
They brought it out. They dumped them in like a cardboard, like the bottom, like cardboard box that comes in like for like the shipping pallets or whatever.
Nice.
And they just dumped them in there. And so like, he sent me a picture of just like, it's just a table just piled like high with fucking nuggets.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like as substantial as a pizza box. It had like the triangle supports on the side. I was like, dude, that's like a shipping pallet box, bro. Like, they should be serving food on that. And he's like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, and you know what's great is like back then too, before COVID, like you could get 300 nuggets for like $8. Like it was like cheap.
Yeah. It wasn't. I don't think
it's like 8 chickens worth of meat.
They spent something like $50.
Yeah.
I feel like it was under that, because I was like definitely amazed at the time. I was like, dude, it was like, what? And he was like, yeah bro, cheap as fuck. I was like, okay, damn.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah.
There was one other thing on the Taco Bell news release that I was going to call out. Now I can't find it again.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no.
Is it one of the things on the poster?
No, yeah. It was the poster. I was going to... So I saw... This is going to sound insane. I saw Wuthering Heights, 2 weeks ago or a month ago at this point. And the new movie, whatever, it's bad. We don't have to get into it. But one of the things about it that like stuck out to me, and if you've read my Letterboxd review about this, then, skip ahead like 30 seconds. But basically, those movies and that director, her style is so pornographic without being like sexual or sensual. And it reminded me, because that movie, if you've seen any of the trailers for it, that movie is full of like illusion or like suggestion of like fluids. Like there's a lot of like someone kneading dough and it's like really oily and their fingers are getting into it, or like egg yolks. And
dude.
Yeah, you've probably seen it on whatever,
Oh, well, I was just gonna say that's my least favorite like brand of like food influence, because like I watch
this is
like
what
a
I'm
lot
saying.
of food YouTubes
Yes,
and whatnot.
yes, and that's
I hate, and they're like smacking it on the counter and shit. And I'm like, dude, don't do that. I'm skipping your fucking video. Like, stop. I'm like, oh, like fun brioche recipes, and they're like smacking on the counter. They're like giving it a smack after. I'm like, no. Like,
but you see it
I'm
with
looking
like,
for here, buddy.
It's not even just food too. You see it with like people doing like slime videos that are like weirdly blended with like ASMR.
Oh,
but it's seeped over into like food marketing. I was talking about this with Christopher. I don't know, months ago about Sheets. Shout out Sheets, which is a great company. We love Sheets. Best thing to come out of Pennsylvania. But their food marketing is so like, there will be like people's tongues out and then like dripping sauce, or like the milkshake will be like messy and like things will be like dripping all over. It's like a very weird. Singular kind of like fetishy style. And and you see it in other companies.
Oh,
too.
that sounds disgusting. Where is that so I can avoid that? When was their latest ad that I can just avoid that right now?
You can't make
Let me quickly avoid this on YouTube. I know. I was debating it so much there, but I was like, I didn't mean to make the joke last episode, so I was like, I'm gonna make it here. Anyway.
But thankfully, this Taco Bell one is not so. The one that you sent me, if this is legitimate Taco Bell marketing, it's not like that, which is a relief. Yeah, it's a little bit
okay.
It's more subdued. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, is the birthday cake empanada doing something? Like, what's
no? Let me see if I can find.
Into this,
let me see if I can
find. At first, I thought you were
like,
gonna say that there was like a cool, like Cool Ranch seasoned nuggets with Cool Ranch sauce, like in the background of a scene.
No. But the movie
promo.
does a lot of like food stuff that is suggestive in that way, and it just feels like YouTube culture. Just like anytime you see somebody and they're doing a food review, and it's like there's like their mouths are open and there's like big messy, and I know that part of that is just like algorithmic whatever, but like it just feels like really like, I don't know, gross. Like it's trying to elicit like a disgust response, and it feels dark-sided. Like it feels like weird shit that they do to kids. Sorry, I'm on like a real tear with this one.
No, yeah, you're on a real tear. I will say there, like, and I do try to avoid it, but like there was definitely a few months ago, like they started like seeping some of that into my algorithm, and I just like, it got to the point where, like, I think it just learned because I would scroll off of them fast enough that, like, oh, okay, whatever, like, not about it. But it is weird, man. And, like, I've seen even some, like, bigger YouTube guys that I follow, or, like, I mean, guys and gals, but, like, who do, like, the clickbait, like, thumbnails where it's, like, right on the edge where I'm like, dude, like, that's a little weird. Like, it looks, I'm like Guga Steaks, like, you know, smacking himself in the face with, like, a, like, strip of steak. I'm like, bro, like, you know that looks a little odd. Like, what's, and, like, the title is, like, rubbing my meat until I can't anymore. And I'm like, okay, like, what are we doing here, man? Like, come on.
Like, here, I'm about to send you, like, 5 different, these were just, like, what came up when I searched Sheets ads. So, like, just as a, just various, like, it feels like wet and, like, dripping. And, like, I've seen it with Starbucks. Starbucks used to have very, like, buttoned up advertising because of who they were, you know, they were trying to be. Like, that was the part of their brand. But now I find that it is very, like, how much shit can we combine? And, like, I know we've talked about this before, the fact that all snack food is becoming one now, that there's, like, crossovers upon crossovers, and so, like, every flavor is just kind of, like, becoming the singularity of, like, caramel, chocolate, whatever, like, cinnamon, like, swirl, like, everything is just one flavor. I feel like we've hit this point in maximalism where it's just too much. I'm so worked up. We haven't even talked about the
movie! There's some New York Times recipe which people always link whenever like the discussion about that comes up, and it's like gochujang, cinnamon spice, like snickerdoodle or something like that. There's at least 4 ingredients that I'm missing there. Like dark chocolate, sea salt, caramel. It's like, bro, like I kind of like much. Matcha. I'm like, ube is like the new thing that they're going to be getting into, right? That's what's going to be pushed for a while.
Around.
And it's like, bro, like, it's been around.
Hot honey too is like a big thing right now. Yeah.
So hot honey was a big one for a while. Yeah. Like hot honey and matcha, I think both sort of got like pretty big a bit ago. And like before that, it was like avocado was like the new big thing that now. And a lot of these are like they're marketing ploys, which like yes, people buy into. And then, like, people who live within, like, enough luxury to buy, you know, K-shaped economy, the people who, like, can afford to buy these things, they say, oh, well, the reason that people are in the lower half of the K-shape is because they buy these things. It's like, no, you are the consumer that this is marketed towards. You are the one consuming this. You are just, like, reflecting that, or projecting that onto others and saying that's why they have money issues. I don't know. Anyway, capitalism sucks, man.
True. I feel like we're going to be seeing a really weird, like, GLP-1 type food trend. It's you can eat this if you're on Ozempic or, like, another, like, semaglutide, like, compound. Like, I feel like we'll see something that's, like, marketed as, like, friendly to that demographic soon. I get those ads fucking everywhere. It does not matter what filters I put on my Instagram. No matter what I fucking do, I get ads for fucking Ozempic. It's ridiculous. Through podcasts. Yeah. It's like, it feels like it's omnipresent. I can't go a single day without seeing that shit. And so I feel like soon we're going to start seeing it explicitly marketed to with, like, trends and things in that way of, like, oh, are you like the way that it was with, like, keto, or, you know, this is a keto friendly food. This is a gluten friendly food.
Pills for it.
Yeah. Okay, we really can't go down this route. We can't go down this route. We got
right. My bad.
No. Yeah. I know you're right, but Jesus Christ, it's been 25 minutes and we haven't even introduced the show. Yeah. And this is easily a 3-hour episode.
What is this show? What is this show, by the way? This easily 3-hour episode.
This is We Want to Watch. It's a podcast about movies that we want to watch, and also food 90% of the time. It used to be food 90% of the time. But we went on a video game tear, and then I feel like we were just talking about life updates for a while, but now we're back on food. I think every week we should
eat, drink, you know?
We should try to come up with a new thing. Like, we should really flesh out what the thing tastes like. I think that should be a thing we keep coming back to.
I feel like that should be the thing.
Period.
1987 that we keep coming back to.
I wish, like, celebrities still did, like, mean tweet readings and shit like that, because I think we could, or, like, you know, where, like, Jimmy Kimmel would have people on to, like, read tweets about, like, I feel like we could get, like, Kurt Russell or something like.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be fun?
We could?
Maybe.
Dude, you got high hopes.
not for this show. I'm saying you start tweeting at Kurt Russell, and then
okay,
Jimmy Kimmel finds you, and we can find out what the thing tastes like.
KRH, Kurt Russell hater.
No, absolutely not.
That's my big goal.
I would never make you do that.
I do still think that the Thing restaurant would go hard. That'd be really fun.
I think the idea of like, oh, do you want to go eat at this place themed with something repulsive is maybe not a great business plan. It's like, do you want to eat in the sewer?
It's kitschy. No, it's kitschy. It's kitschy. It's also like highbrow because it's high concept. Most people it doesn't appeal to most people. We can charge more. It's a distinct niche crowd that we're aiming for. Wait. During a special showing of The Thing in theaters, you can order special The Thing themed
crab legs
foods.
It's just crab legs.
Thoughts on
you
that?
can't if you're making a themed menu. I know I said this last week. It's just crab legs and fungus, and mushrooms.
I definitely think there has to be something that you take a hot rod and you put it into a liquid and it bubbles up, right? That has to happen. The blood test. That'd be a really cool dessert.
Like a fondue.
Well,
like a red sauce fondue. Of some sort,
I was thinking of some sort of red sauce. Yeah. And they burn a little bit of it and they drizzle it over. I don't know. Something like that'd be kind of awesome.
What if? Idea. What if? What if we do a January holiday that's just you watch The Thing and eat Thing themed food? How about that? Actually, it has to be themed around The Thing. Could we do this? Not a whole restaurant. A restaurant is cracked. That would go so poorly.
Yeah.
But we could make.
But there's also canned fish and stuff, and really shitty stale bread. Rations. You would eat on base. Yeah.
Dog food
instead of
for
popcorn.
The Huskies.
Yeah. It's coming together, Lane. It's all coming together.
I kind of love this. You have to dress in a parka.
Yeah.
I might do this. All right, if watchers, DM me if you want to be at the Thing party in January 27. My name's Lane. That's Ricky.
Will also. Oh,
we didn't finish introducing
Ricky.
the pod. We keep getting fucking distracted,
right,
bro.
my bad.
This is a bad episode.
No, it's a good one. We wasted half an hour talking about bullshit.
Thank God. Wasted. Did you have anything else to say about The Thing from 1982?
I was going to say it'd be cool if we using hand sanitizer or some other easily flammable but not harmful to human body substance, we could recreate the one scene substance, but we could recreate the scene and I could be out there out in the snow going ah! As you're spraying hand sanitizer as I'm on fire. That'd be sick,
Maybe not.
For the watchers.
Yeah. Maybe we don't do that.
Just consider it. Okay.
Substance cross with The Thing, you inject the thing with. Okay, we can't. I'm gonna make that note for later. On a future episode, we'll get into this. We'll just make the thing we
we'll really get into it
with. Yeah, substance X thing.
Because I
have a list of things to start the episode with, in case you ever flounder, and
it's just
there are
thing
several
written 20 times.
There are several Thing versions of this on here. Anyway, okay. We did not watch The Thing this week. In fact, the movie we watched this week came out several years before The Thing, and I don't think has any crossover. Although there could be, I don't know, in either the writers, directors, or stars. Instead, we watched Apocalypse Now. This was Elaine's Frame from 1979, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. So this is a movie I've seen before. I think you hadn't seen it, and
I had not.
Big totemic movie. Figured it was. I had a hankering to rewatch this because of a couple documentaries that I wanted to watch that were about this movie or adjacent to this movie, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pull the trigger on this one. Great, big movie for us to watch, and it ends up being timely because of Robert Duvall's recent passing. We had talked about that on what was it, Body Snatchers episode, because he's in that movie. So we'll, he's in this too. But anyway, yeah. So
yeah. I I definitely thought it was pretty out of left field, but this has been one that's like been on my radar for a while, and it was one that when we were doing some of our Vietnam movies earlier, I guess last year that was,
Deer Hunter.
A couple of people told me, they're like, dude, you gotta watch Apocalypse Now. I will say we did watch different versions because Lane was able to find the theatrical cut.
And that's what I told you to watch, and then you were like, ooh, I'm gonna watch this other one, which is fun. I think it's okay.
Actually, I'm fucking around, Lane. No, so, I didn't watch the final cut, but on Amazon Prime, it has listed, like, before you buy it, it's like, 2 hours, 27 minutes. I was like, okay, that's the theatrical cut. And then once you buy it, it still says 2 hours, 27 minutes. And then when you hit play, it loads up 3 hours of video.
That's crazy.
Yeah, or rent it, whatever.
Yeah,
it was $4.99 instead of $3.99, so I bought it. Yeah, but
I just didn't want you to watch the first time I watched this movie. I watched the 4-hour version, not really knowing, and I was like, man, I do not really vibe with this movie. I get it, but like not for me. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh shit. I watched the, like, bloated, obnoxious 3.5-hour fucking version that was never what most people saw. So, this time around, I wanted to make sure to watch the theatrical, and I wanted to make sure you did too. Yeah. But, I mean, I think because there's the 2.5 hour...
The 3-hour one was not too bad. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That, I think, is the most recent recut. Coppola does that, so I think this was, like, the kind of like happy middle ground that he found, so I think it's probably fine. But
so he released Apocalypse Now Redo or Redux. I don't know. Is Redo? Yeah.
I think Redux? It's Redux.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is the re-edit, and then his other re-edit was the final cut. So I think the final cut is like what's most widely available.
Sure.
And I think
3 hours.
What I saw was the Redux. Yeah.
Oh, no. I think, isn't the Redux the 3.5 hour one? I think. Let me see. Yeah, no. The final cut is the preferred version. And that's the that's the one that's
Let me see how long the one on Plex was. Because I did look it up on Plex, because it's like free on Plex, but
shout out Plex.
Yeah, right. See, that one's 3 hours 15 minutes.
Yeah, so I think that's the final cut, and then Redux is the one that's 200 some minutes. Like that's the really long one. So so we're good. We did the right thing.
Yeah. But for all you watchers at home, if you had trouble finding the correct movie cut to watch, I feel you. All right,
yeah, right,
I'm in that boat.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting out of the boat. Don't get out of the boat. Sorry, never get out of the boat.
What'd you think of this movie?
Weird.
True.
I didn't
so
hate
true,
it.
Bestie. Yeah.
True, right? Yeah. I didn't hate it. I did kind of like it. I watched it last night, and I definitely do think that this is a movie that, like,
plays weird at night.
Maybe could use more time to... Plays weird at night, and maybe could use some time to sit on. But part of the, I'll say, discordant tones of it kind of reminded me of an Hourglass Sanatorium, even though they like the way that the tone shifts throughout the film is very different between the two, but it's still
it has a psychedelic
it's just as radical, I guess I'll say. Yes, and it sort of does put you in that it's not dream-like, maybe I guess like more of a trance-like state where you're like, all right, like sure, I'm buckled into whatever you're selling me, fine.
Yeah, that's a good comparison, I think, especially craft-wise. Obviously, the stories are wildly different. Although I guess they're both about a guy going on a journey through a bad place that he shouldn't be in. But
also all stories like
that's not true. Sometimes there's a weird guy that comes to town instead. There's the two versions of that. That's
true. That's true. Yeah, that's just from the other point of view, though, right? That's the town being entered, and they're like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
That's true.
But it does start off like very normal, and I
really, that's crazy that you think this movie starts normal.
More normal. I think. Yeah, well, I mean, when they're like talking about his mission and stuff, and they're sort of like briefing him, I was like, okay, like sure.
But before that, the way the movie initially like fucking really starts is him losing his mind in the bedroom, which is such a radical thing to like structurally to start your movie with, because that's the type of thing you expect like an hour into a movie, like, oh, he's losing his mind. Like we start and he's like, oh, he's gone. He's already gone. We're like, he's already out there. Yeah, breaking his hand on the mirror.
I kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like that though. I was like, all right, like I get where this guy's head's at, you know, like they put me right in. And I was like, oh, okay, like they're setting it up pretty well. And then once we get into the action, immediately I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
The camera crews and shit, and like the way that it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's satirical at times in that way.
Yeah, it's weird, and it feels like, I don't know, in the same way that Deer Hunter sort of definitely has very distinct critiques of like the war and the attitudes around the war and like the people within it. This movie also takes very distinct stances with that, but it feels like it portrays them in like a way that's so easy for people to get like
the wrong message.
Like just like completely lose all subtext and just be like, shooting guns, let's get them, let's bomb the forest line or whatever, it's like, or the tree funny. Line. It's like, all right. What?
Wow. There's so many tendrils to like follow with this movie. So like, I knew that like Deer Hunter was obviously the main comparison point that we would have coming into this as the other like big Vietnam movie that we've covered. And I know how much you love that movie. So I kind of was, I was interested to hear, because these movies are both like, I don't know that there's any Vietnam movies that are like, we love Vietnam and we did the right thing. But both of these movies are critical, but like you're saying, from kind of a different angle and a different approach and a different, you know, sensibility maybe, or like a different style of satire or like critique.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm curious about a great word for that.
Yeah, I'm curious thank you. Yeah, I am smart. It's true. You should but I'm curious what your takeaway is on, first, if you liked this more or less than The Deer Hunter. I imagine less. And
less, yeah, for sure.
And I kind of wrestle with this movie because like one of my problems with The Deer Hunter that I think keeps it from being amazing is that it's kind of racist. And I mean, not kind of, it's explicitly pretty racist at times, but also it centers the, you know, the sensitivities of these white men, even though they're marginalized at home and whatnot, like, you know, that they, and they obviously went through this horrific ordeal, but like, they're very much the centerpiece of it. This movie is a lot more complex in its portrayal of these characters, I think, in that, not that, I mean, Deer Hunter is like, there's complexities there too. Not everyone is just like a villain or a hero, but I think this movie has some maybe more advanced or nuanced things to say, and I can easily see why people might come away with it or come away from it with like a right-wing perspective. Like, I don't know. So what do you think?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, totally agree. And I think that it's because a lot of it's nuanced. It's easy to like, you know, just brush over that. And Deer Hunter is kind of less so, right? Where, especially as it gets into like the back half of that film, it's like, it is focused on these guys once they return home and like the effect that the war had upon them. But I sort of see that as like, I mean, both of these films are looking more at like the cogs within the machine, right?
Sure.
And like you're seeing like the blood that lubricates the machine. You know, you're watching the cogs turn against each other, and like you're seeing how
you're waiting for the guy to like tap you out for your shift so that you can go home out of the metropolis. So that
yeah. So you can get up there and you can, but I don't know. It's war, like the war in Deer Hunter is like, it definitely kind of like you said, like like people aren't defined as good guys or bad guys. It definitely goes like, hey, these guys did some pretty evil fucking shit, right? And like they kind of deserve to like die here. But it still makes you feel for them, and you know, it's like, all right, well, like you still want to see them return home, you know.
Well, and the Vietnamese that makes them POWs is like, they're like a complete racist caricature of like savagery, you know, so that makes it a lot harder to like empathize in the, you know, but that movie is also way more emotionally grounded. This movie is just like not real, you know, like this movie, you know what I mean? Like,
it's a comic book, right? Like this movie is a lot more like comic booky than Deer Hunter is. And like I liked the emotional struggles portrayed within Deer Hunter, and I liked the way that they approached the I don't want to say shortcomings of the war, their like the criticisms of the war, and especially it's because it's very easy like to play on the heartstrings of Americans by going like, hey, by the way, your government sent like a bunch of its teen kids over there to to get either completely fucked in the head or die. Those are like their two options, and so like I don't know, like this is the movie to show you that, which is like I don't know. I mean, I thought that was like a good message at least to have out there.
Sure.
Whereas this movie has, I don't know. Let's talk about it sort of like scene by scene, I guess. Like the very first like action scenes where they're flying in on the helicopters.
Yeah.
It kind of looks cool as hell. Like
that's one of those things. It's one of those war. Can you make an anti-war movie? Yeah.
Can you make an anti-war movie? And that is the big question. Because like, and it feels so. The thing is, like, they're constantly dropping things to make it feel really like discordant the entire time, right? Because it's like they'll be like flying in and like literally gunning people down, which is like, okay, well, if this wasn't like portraying something that actually happened, if this was an action movie and it's like, well, the people we're all fighting are like just purely ontologically evil, this is justified what we're doing here, I'd be able to be like, hell yeah, let's fucking go. But like when they're doing that, and then like the one dude's like, you're a surfer, right? Yeah, love surfing. Heavy boards are light. Oh, okay. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Because you're right, like that whole, like, that character, that's Robert Duvall. So I told Ricky for the watchers, I was like, you must look up the list of the fucking actors in this movie because you will recognize all of them from other movies. So please, God. Also, I have to say, it will be really sad if, like, Martin Sheen or someone fucking dies after this, because we've been on this streak where people die after we talk about their movies. So if we've jinxed somebody... Don't even invoke that. I know. Or Lawrence Fishburne's on
Is there one that you want to invoke that on, though? Because we could. Like, we've got the power.
I mean, John Milius is kind of a scumbag. He's the writer. Coppola is old. He might be the first to go. I don't know. But, yeah. I want Martin Sheen.
If we're talking odds here,
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the cast has passed away. But anyway. No, that scene where Kilgore, which is the Robert Duvall character, which, like, Kilgore is, like, it's so over the top. And you're like, wow, okay, like, obviously this guy is, like, a caricature of, like, this, like, machismo, like, cowboy American, like, whatever, approach and, like, framework or view of the war and, like, how we're just out there to kill and, like, have a great action time. But it's undermined by how, like, fetishistic the fucking action is in that scene. It goes on for so long, and it is just like explosions, discord. Obviously it's thrilling, but it's like, wow, like, you guys really, like, wanted to have your cake and eat it too with this.
Bro, but they've also, like, there's some really cool fucking shots, like multiple helicopters flying over, like a building exploding into them, and then it's like, since it's like really watery and shit, like there's like a rainbow that they're like flying through as it goes across, and I'm like, dude, like, you look at that and you're like, all right, like, so much of me, I kept going back and forth with the, like, can you, like, is it even possible to, like, look at this and not be like, damn, that's cool as fuck? But then it's, like, immediately interspersed with them, like, gunning down families as they, like, run for their lives. And it's like, okay, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, like, it's such a weird back and forth there,
A charitable reading would say that it is meant to produce that level of conflict in you. I don't know. I don't know that I necessarily believe that was the intention. I don't know. I mean, I think like,
it's gotta be, right? Yeah.
I would hope so, right? But it's hard to say, because it's that thing where it's like, well, the draw, right? And I think the critique of, like, there were guys who to this day, right? Like, we see it, with the fucking shit going on in Iran, which we can't get into, but, like,
no,
that, like, level of, like, yeah, let's bomb them, I love the smell of napalm in the morning, like, that is real. And so it's like, obviously you can comment on it without indulging in it, but when you do indulge in it, it becomes very difficult for you to be like, well, I'm just satirizing it, or like, it just becomes the thing you're satirizing at that point. So it's very tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that, at least for me, cemented it as satirization was the announcements afterwards, where he's going up and down the coast like, return that fucking board! Like, it's like, alright.
Yeah.
Because, like, to me, I'm like, oh, okay, so, like, this guy is a fucking loser, right? Like, and it's like, they're trying to make that
I definitely
as apparent as possible.
I do think that there's no question that character is supposed to come off negatively. But, again, what is the point then of showing all of the, like, crazy action stuff and not just the gunning down of the families? Like, obviously, it becomes an exercise in thrill, which feels like it's devaluing the underlying message. I get it. Like, I think you have to be a real fucking idiot to, like, think, like, Robert Duvall's character is awesome, but, I
think people do think that, though.
But people do, yeah.
I feel like people have that take, yeah.
I feel like it was one of the fucking, I feel like that scene, or, like, the part where he's monologuing about breakfast, I feel like that might be in one of the fucking Department of Defense videos that they put out in the last, like, 3 weeks. Like, I wouldn't doubt it. If you told me that, I would be like, yep, that's totally true. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, a part of that is people chasing that, right? They're trying to chase the satirization, and then they become like a horrid, absurd, real life satirization of the thing, and it's like, okay, well, and it's also ineffectual, right? Like, it's like that machismo that, like, it doesn't work, and, like, we're seeing that now, and it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, like, can we get the fucking, like, nerds back in charge? Like, the people who actually give a shit about, like, doing things right? Thanks.
Well,
like,
and that, like, the, like, glorification of, like, the like, white male suffering specifically in this way, where it's like, like, even just, like, setting aside that scene in particular, but, like, the broader, scope of this movie with Martin Sheen's character and somewhat Kurtz's as well, or Brando's as well. We'll talk about him. But, like, that, or, like, I know you haven't seen the movie Drive, but, like, that guy, the, like, silent suffering, like, kind of a thing, like, this is the burden, the white man's burden, all of that feeds into, it's really hard to find, like, empathy for that, because it feeds into this, like, I have to watch the world burn kind of thing that you're seeing today.
Yes.
And so it becomes, it keeps you at arm's length with, like, these types of movies that were made maybe in earnest, but, like, have been either bastardized or, like, taken to their extreme, in a way that it leads to war crimes, like evil, true evil. So,
and that's something that I really love about Deer Hunter, right? Which I know also is focusing the white man's burden of, like, loneliness and, like, I'm carrying this alone, but it never turns to, so the world must burn, right? It's him.
That's true. It ends with, like,
it ends on a high, and he's literally, like, the world burning, he's trying to save Nikki from the world burning, right? Like, Nikki is, like, the one who loses himself.
Yeah.
Right, but, like, Nikki literally loses himself within, like, gambling, and, I mean, you want to talk about, like, the white man's burden today, right? Fucking sports apps, bro, like, most profitable they've ever been in history,
leave,
right?
Get up and walk away. Oh my god.
I don't know. But to be fair, right, like, trying to save your friend from that, and seeing them, like, willingly, like, indulge this nihilistic point of view, right? It's like, no, like there is a world, we can go back to it, we can still enjoy life, like, it's fine, but, like, and the main character, Deer Hunter, I forget his name, but, like, he plays the flip sides of those coins so well, where it's like yes, he still has that hopium, but then on the other side, like, he sees people who are, like,
sad and
sort of
and
flippant. Well, yes, he's sad and pain, but, like, he sees people, like, flippant with the value of human life, and he gets like that like sudden anger, and I feel like people who would react positively to his character would also be the ones to be flippant about the value of human life, especially like estranged human life, and it's like, no, like, the whole point of the movie is that like yes, what he did was evil, and like his burden is to overcome that he has committed that evil. It's not like, oh, I must be more evil, like, please. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you read pivoting us a little bit, have you read Heart of Darkness?
No, the book this is based off of, I have not.
Yeah. I read it in high school. I feel like we talked about this a few weeks ago when we talked about books we read in school. Did we talk? Well, we talked about the Odyssey with that. But no,
we did. Yeah, you flexed on me.
That was not my intention. But no, so I read this in school, but I don't really remember much of it. I do remember liking it and finding it very dark. I think if I reread it now, I would find it much darker even, but I think that the most compelling to me thing about this is the use of the Kurtz character as a cipher for, like, it goes beyond the individual, like, this is what trauma does to a person and, like, what war does to people. There's obviously elements of that here with, like, the boat crew and, like, the effects that this has on each of them. But the journey into, like, the depths of the jungle to kind of find this guy who's gone mad and, like, what his philosophy has been bastardized into as, like I said, a cipher of imperialism or war more broadly, I think is very compelling to me. I really like that. I find that, I gotta say, I think this movie clears Deer Hunter personally. I think they're both good movies. I gotta say, but
that's crazy.
I do still have a little bit of beef with this movie for various reasons, but, like, I do think I find the story just so much more compelling, like, using those, characters as metaphors for, the broader, like, imperialist project at this time. I think, now, how much of that was intended? I don't know. It's another one of those things they might have just stumbled into, but who knows? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think it's too cute for them to just have stumbled into it,
Some of it, but some of it's in the text, right, of the book that was written.
Right. Yes.
But it's like they've named the character Kilgore, and you're saying, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning." Like, that feels so surface level and obvious that I'm like, does it really go that deep? I don't know, but I do think it. I think it gets there, even if they weren't intending it. So I'm happy with the project.
I feel like they're winking to the rafters with that one, bro.
Yeah. They totally are. But, like, then it's like, well, can they have this even more nuanced and radical take about America? I don't know, maybe they did.
Yeah, I think so, but yeah.
So Coppola, you've seen at least one other film of his in The Godfather. So have you seen any of his other movies? I don't know if you looked at his filmography. So he did The Conversation, The Outsiders movie, Bram Stoker's Dracula, a classic. I think that would probably be it that you would have seen. Jack? You might have seen Jack, the Robin Williams movie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then Megalopolis, the movie that came out a couple of years ago. The big flop.
Oh!
Yeah.
I don't know how big of a flop it was. I heard it was... Wow.
Oh! I don't know. That movie was, like, mega flopolis, and I'm not the first person to make that joke. Like, that movie made, like, $5 on, like, a $2 billion budget or something. Like, it... Whether the critical response was mixed, I will say. I know there are people out there who really like that movie and think it's really ambitious and interesting. I know Nick, I think, and Chris, Letterboxd guys, two things. Shout out. I know they really like that movie. I've not seen it myself yet. But I heard a lot of interesting things. So this is a director who makes very epic, sprawling commentary type movies, with a lot of, like, symbolism. So were you reminded of The Godfather at all watching this?
Kind of. I think the emotions and, like, I don't want to say pacing, but, like, I guess kind of the pacing, it felt a little too, like, frenetic for me to, like, really connect it too much. Like, The Godfather feels very slow.
Different.
Yeah. Godfather's very slow, methodical. Like, it feels like every step feels very intentional. Every piece of tension that's sort of built up, every scene feels like it's meant to be one after the other, and, like, builds tension well. And then you have this, like, you have, like, the ending, right, which is like, oh, okay, which I've also heard a lot about, and, like, people are like, oh, like, he's a super genius, and it's
of
like,
this movie or of The Godfather?
Of The Godfather.
They're like the same.
For The Godfather.
They're like the same ending.
Well,
this movie and that movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Funny.
Yeah, he's got one trick.
Yeah, it just He's just like, yeah, okay, well, I'll just kill
cross-cut.
everybody. It's like, okay, cool.
Well,
like, I guess.
Well, the cross-cutting too, because
The cross-cut too, yeah.
Yeah, that part of The Godfather, and then the ending of this movie where it's like this, like, symbolic sacrificial or like thing versus, this really violent thing that's happening is yeah, he's got one trick maybe and he's riding it. But
I do gotta say, it was pretty cool. Yeah. It was a pretty good scene. They did really good with that.
It's a great ending. I think this is a great movie, Yeah.
I mean, fuck me up, because I was watching that. So that scene came around at like 2 a.m. for me.
I know, you're a madman. You're fucking crazy. When you messaged me and I saw this morning at 6 a.m., and Ricky's like, by the way, which cut should I watch? I was like, oh, fuck. At 11 p.m. you're watching this? This is crazy.
I wasn't asking which. I was saying, hey, I can't find the right one, but I'm watching the best one I can.
That's so crazy. Yeah.
That scene is fucking nuts. And I mean, I think it's great. I think it's shot super well. Like, I feel like both of them are shot super well. And like the way that it's cut is like insane, but like works really fucking well.
Yeah, I agree. I think the some of the writing in this movie, some of the pacing, I think some of that is not great. I do think that sometimes things happen and they feel like you kind of alluded to with The Godfather, where things happen in this very like methodical order that feels building, the arcs and whatnot of the story in a very deliberate kind of way that pays off really well. This movie, the pacing sometimes is very stop and start. And when it's starting, it's like going. And you're like, whoa! Like, I can't even, like, I have no time to digest what I just saw. And not in a good, like, wow, this movie's so, like, thrilling. But in, like, okay, I guess we're just moving on. So, I think the triumphs of this movie are all craft. I think it's all Coppola. Like, I think it's all, the performances he's eliciting, the direction of, like, of how people are communicating with each other, sometimes just like staring down the barrel of the camera in this way that is like really, really effective, and just bizarre. And then of course all the cinematography, like you said, things are shot nasty. It just looks fucking freak nasty out there. Like it's crazy. Like, oh yeah. Yeah. We, it was Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Where we were talking about the like beige Mexican like filter. This movie has like sweaty yellow brown as like the filter, but it looks like it's dirty on the actual lens.
Good,
like
though.
It's great. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And the psychedelics of it all, like the crossfading, with all these like sprawling shots and like pans to nothing, like where the camera will just pan to like a wall or like just like the black of the jungle, and you're like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Like it's a very effective use of cinematography in that way.
Yeah. I mean, nothing against the craft of the film, right? Can't speak against it. It's great to watch. It's beautiful to see, and like it's a really cool, engaging watch. But like you said, the pacing for some of the conversations sort of falls flat. There's also like, I mean, a lot of the death shown on screen is very sudden, very like violent, upsetting. And can be very, very impactful and upsetting. But like sometimes it feels like the one death where like the one guy is like seeing a dude like bleed out, and then he's like hearing like what like his mom wrote to him in a letter. I was like, oh, all right, cool. Like I'm like, all right, like play with our heartstrings. Yeah, the
tape. Yeah, that's
like, okay. Yeah,
that's Lawrence Fishburne. That actor, the kid. Yeah, he was like fucking 13 when they made this movie. Like he was like way too fucking young. He's great. He's amazing. I mean, he just plays like a little kind of like snot-nosed kid who just is in over his head so much. He's amazing. Like the fact that he did this at like as a teenager is just disgustingly good. Like it's so crazy. He's such a good actor. But that scene is so sad, and like I actually wrote that one down too. Obviously, there's a lot of death and violence in this movie, but like that scene is really with the radio. It's a little bit over the top where she's like, "Now come home in one piece." You're like, okay. I mean, I get it. Yeah.
Do the right thing. Dodge those bullets. It's like, okay.
Well. Whatever you do, don't let your compatriots or your comrades light a smoke grenade because they're on LSD and attract enemy fire for no reason. Like, but but the futility of it is very heavy in that scene, and like
Yeah.
The way that the one, I can't remember all of their names, but the way that the one chef, the way he freaks out about the dog, like that the dog is gone, is also just so, like, it drives home. He's like so wigged out and fucked up that he's not even realizing a human being died. Doesn't realize that he caused it. And is like worried about this dog that, like, obviously, like, we don't want the dog to die, except if it's the good boy dog. But the like way of like a pet in the jungle is just such a like futile and like minuscule thing. It feels like to have like an animal that you're trying to rescue and then like that disappears, just like it could be anywhere at that point, is so like haunting. I don't know. It really affected me.
Yeah.
You know, and contrasting that with the death of this kid, and it's like, where'd his body go? Like, you know, it's like, it's just like, it's existentially scary. I don't know. That was a scene that really, was scary and sad for me this time around.
I mean, the scene before that where they like kill the one on the boat and like
and get the dog, and the goat. Yeah. That
one was worse for me because I was like, oh fuck, and then like when they hit the next scene,
and he executes
because like right
too.
after, it's like you said, that's why I was like, fuck, man. I'm like, Jesus. But then after that, like another dude dies, and he's like, where's the dog? Where's the fucking dog at? I was like, this fucking dickhead. You know, I mean, like you said,
stole this
and,
dog.
Like, he's wigged out. He caused it.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, like you said about good guys, bad guys, right? It's kind of one of those, well, like, yeah, they're all doing bad things in war, right? Like, nobody on screen that you're seeing here is, like, to be celebrated, right?
Yeah.
But then, well, no, I mean, yeah, I guess for that, that's all I'll say on that. But then, like, a little bit after that scene, when they come under fire from, like,
with the arrows, and they're like, it's just toy arrows, it's fine. And then they start shooting. Yeah. Yeah, that's very, again, upsetting. And
they, like launch an actual javelin.
Yeah.
When and then the chief tries, like, strangling our main guy here.
Yeah, and then killing him with...
He tries to, like, he tries to pull him into the spear.
Yeah. I'm taking you with me. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was pissed because the other dude was telling him, like, well, A, let him into this, and B was like, hey, like, hey, stop shooting, you know, it's just, they're just toys.
Well, he didn't lead him. I mean, he led him into it in the sense that it was his mission, you know, to get into the, the depths of the jungle. But yeah, it is funny. He's like, well, stop shooting, and this wouldn't have happened, and then now you're trying to kill me, because, you know, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Although, that reminded me a lot of the scene from Fitzcarraldo, and I don't know if it's just because, like, they're on a boat being attacked by natives,
there's big Fitzcarraldo vibes.
It is kind of Fitz-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guy who's only ever seen one boat movie. Ooh, getting a lot of Fitzcarraldo vibes from this.
So what's funny is just talking about, like, the making of this movie. So the two documentaries I watched, one is called Hearts of Darkness, which is a documentary about the making of this movie. So it's a relatively standard kind of talking heads thing. It came out in the 80s, but it was very like, or maybe the early 90s, but it's very like, here's footage from when we made the movie, and here's people talking about how fucking grueling and awful it was. This movie had like a legendarily like all-timer bad shoot. Maybe the only, like, second only to fucking John Landis killing those kids with helicopters. But like this movie had like
tough pull.
Sorry, yeah, I mean, it came up because Chris was like, when we were watching this, he was like, so did this come out before the Twilight Zone movie? And I was like, I like, it sucks that you're thinking of that, but like, yeah, helicopters in the jungle, like, you can't, and like kids running around, it's hard not to think of it. But anyway, this movie had like it was supposed to record podcaster speak, the degradation of our culture. This movie was supposed to film for like 2 months or something, and it went for like 6 months. Like, it was like a crazy, like, they were like trapped out there in the fucking swamp, and like everything can go wrong, like things are over budget, nothing's working, people are getting sick. Martin Sheen had a heart attack, like really crazy production. Yeah. And so the pull of Fitzcarraldo, which is like this futile like trip into the jungle this other futile trip into the jungle. Both of them had this like shitty production. Like it just, or I guess less a jungle, but more of a mountain in Fitzcarraldo. It's just a funny pull to compare them.
Yeah. No, I mean, for sure, but like it Man's hubris. Yeah. It definitely has that feeling. And like, I mean, you talk about like imperialism, right? And like going to an area and sort of like
true
enforcing your will, I guess I'll say, upon like the native people. And like also just sort of through the other lens of like the fanatical view of a people. And like the way that they can sort of be manipulated into doing just crazy shit, you know? Like pulling a boat up a mountain or forming some crazy weird commune shit. You know, I mean, it's like I don't know. I feel like there definitely are parallels there, but
totally, yeah. Fitzcarraldo came out after this movie, funnily enough.
That's crazy. What?
Yeah, Herzog was like, "Hey, you know what would be even funnier? What if we did the Apocalypse Now thing, but like way worse, like with a boat? Like what are we trying to do with a boat?" Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Martin Sheen, because I just brought him up. Hopefully you recognize him from The American President, which we watched a couple months ago.
I would have hoped that I would, but I see it now that you mentioned it. Yeah. No.
Also my favorite guy from The Departed, as you know, the older police like detective that DiCaprio talks with, not Mark Wahlberg, but the other one who Boston accent. He talks about his kid going to Notre Dame.
Who is this, Lane?
Are you for real? Martin Sheen? Yeah, he's like
I'm for real.
Hang on.
Oh wait. Oh, that's him. Oh, that's actually him in The Departed. Oh,
yes,
okay. I thought you were alluding to another actor.
Another guy.
I was
no,
like,
it's him.
Who are you talking about here?
No, and
that's crazy.
It's crazy, like that he has, he's done such a great, he has such a great fucking like movie star persona where he can bring this level of like gravitas and like sincerity and groundedness all at once. And so like in this movie, he has the stillness. There were several times where I was like, oh, my computer is lagging. And I'm like, no. Like the video's not buffering. He just is sitting that still, like looking at something or like whatever. And it's shocking. It's like eerie how still he can be in this movie that's like fucking bananas, bonkers, bug nuts, Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like that contributes to the like weird, not even pacing. I mean we talk about how like the pacing is like on and off, it feels like.
Yeah.
But just like the overall vibe of the movie feels very odd and like disconnected, discombobulated, disjointed, I guess I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the elements individually, I think like some of them work better than others in terms of like the cinematography and like the the characters talking, but then like together it's just this weird fucking tapestry, man.
Yeah. Well, and it can be annoying to have like the cool-handed, like, this guy, because like in the movie he is relatively steady of a presence. Like he's not like, obviously he has these moments where he kind of like loses it, like when he shoots the woman, and kind of like whatever, puts her out of her misery or whatever, or just wants to get on with his mission, who knows. But the fact that you open the movie with him like fucking crashing out so bad, and then he has this like lurking kind of, he's playing the cool guy to his crew, but he's still, and that's part of the good stuff with the writing of this movie is the framing of him reading these letters and learning more about Kurtz the more he goes into the jungle. So he's like reading about this guy, and he's like intrigued and like disgusted and fascinated, and like, I keep using the word disgust in this episode, but like he's drawn to him.
Good word for this set. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so he's like kind of spiraling internally in this way where he even says at one point he doesn't know what he isn't sure he's going to even be able to do it, is a really good, balancing so that it doesn't just become a Clint Eastwood, like this guy's so cool, he can handle anything, whatever.
Yeah. And I think especially like seeing the beginning and then like seeing the parts where his like cool persona crack really, I mean, at least for me, it underlines like, oh, this is not a well man, right?
No.
Like,
Yeah.
And I think that Kurtz sort of recognizes that too, right? Like, because like he he converted essentially like
The
other
one guy,
Americans beforehand, right?
Yeah.
So like he knows like Kurtz knows that he has this like alluring presence, right? He doesn't think that what he's doing is maybe like all good, right? Like obviously, you know.
Yeah.
But almost like it's like the necessary evil of it, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, like he sees him, and like I feel like that's the reason why like he sort of like lets him out of the cage and everything. He's like, well, like I've like
I can get this guy.
Here, I've bought his loyalty. Yeah. He's like, oh, I see like another broken man behind those eyes. Like, I just have to like push him over the edge, which he does with the throwing Chef's head in his cage and everything. It's like
crazy.
Yeah. Like I feel like he does that just to like push him over the edge enough to be like, all right, like fine, like now you see what'll happen.
You're
right?
broken.
Like we're on
right.
Yeah, you're broken. Yeah. Now we're on even grounds here, you know, and I can sort of rebuild you, right? Like let's start from there. But he doesn't even seem surprised when like when he's being killed at the end. He's just like, yeah,
he wants him to kill him.
Just
right?
tell my kid about it. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He's like, okay, let's talk about Marlon Brando. Have you seen any other Marlon Brando? Oh, I guess you've seen The Godfather. So you've seen
Godfather.
Yeah. Is that it from that guy? I don't think we've covered any other movies of him. Jesus, the Marlon Brando filmography is like way too fucking long. Yeah, because we talked about A Streetcar Named Desire before, but you haven't seen that.
No.
Yeah, I think this is probably it that you've seen. So, okay.
Marlon Brando's filmography has its own Wikipedia page.
I saw that, yeah.
Like everyone else's is like in there, and they're like, just if you want his actual filmography, go to here. It's like, that's crazy.
He is okay. Have you seen Prometheus? Do you know Prometheus?
I don't think so.
The like alien movie that's not technically an alien movie, but it is. Like Alien, like
Alien the franchise movie?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen a lot about it.
Okay. I think Marlon Brando looks like the Prometheus guys in this movie. Like watching this.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Like, yeah. I see it now. Yes. Yeah.
And unfortunately crossed with Trump with the like fake tan and the way he talks. I was like, oh, this is like a completely different like experience watching this now. Like the like rambling and like the way he like trails off and like kind of like has a lisp almost the way that Trump does is like. But also the fake tan is so crazy. Or, I don't know, maybe it wasn't a fake tan at that point, but, like, it sure looks orange. This man's orange. And also Prometheus,
Yeah. I couldn't put a finger on what he reminded me of. He kind of, because, like, for a second I was almost, like, Bane-esque. I was like, no, not really. Not at least, like, movie Bane, but, like...
Any, like, big, bald villain is this. Yeah, like, this invented hulking, the big... Yeah. And so it's hard to like I think like what's the purple one from Avengers? Thanos. Yeah. Like I think that's a little bit this performance. You know, I feel like there's just like a lot of like big bald guys in cinema that are pulling from this.
100%.
He's very menacing. I mean, he does a great job. Yeah. Even though he's like this is the weirdest fucking performance. Top 5 for our show at least. Yeah.
Kingpin from Daredevil.
Oh, good pull. Yeah.
That's yeah. But also in terms of performances, I remember the last one that you called out, like really notable one you called out. What was it? Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet. Dennis Hopper. Yeah. Who's in this movie?
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah, he's the photographer, the photojournalist at the end.
Oh yeah.
The biggest soy face I've ever seen. Yeah, I thought for sure
that's crazy. Yeah. No, yeah. I didn't pick up. He looked kind of familiar, but I was like, oh, this guy's a fucking jackass. Yeah, there was just so much hatred in my heart for this guy on screen. Like,
it's so funny
as opposed to like all the other horrible people. Like this guy, like maybe even benign at a certain point, but I'm just like, man, get this fucking guy off my screen. Anyway,
there you go. Write that down for 8 months from now when we do the war. Gold
I'm gonna completely forget it. But yeah,
I'll write it down now. But no, he's good. Dennis Hopper is he gives a little bit of pep at the end of the movie. This crew is good. But
this crew's good.
He's also doing like a manic, like, where he's like, baby wants to fuck, like he's doing that
yeah,
but like
he's
drug-addled,
he's on edge with it
in a different way, hippie kind of like,
and it's funny because he's doing that and he's like mimicking our main guy,
Brando,
the big guy,
Kurtz,
Brando, yeah. So it's like it's so funny, but then when we see Kurtz, he's not as like spacey. He's like a lot more grounded and like a lot more reinforced with like the I'll call it propaganda that he's sort of like pushing, Whereas like what I don't know, when you first see like the visuals when they're like pulling up to the dock and it's just like hundreds of people on boats, again very Fitzcarraldo like, but then like the people just like hanging naked and shit. It's like, oh fuck, all right.
And,
so like,
and then he comes out and he's like, "Hey, like man, like you're gonna beat him. It's great. Like it's so cool. I can't believe he didn't kill you yet." Yeah. It's like
and then disgusting... he's like, okay. He goes a little too far sometimes, but right.
Yeah.
He's an apologist, and it's like, it's so
yes.
punchable, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another like less overt, I guess, like satirical character of this like sycophantic apology, like propagandist, because that's what he is, right? If he ever got back with his camera. So yeah, and the representation of like the news in that way feels really dark, like because the for like the Vietnam, like part of the whole reason that war was so eventually like rejected by the American public was because it was the first one that was like called out and visible in the news. And, people at the time supported that up until like, the end.
They started really saying it.
Yeah. And so
once it sinks in, the fervor dies down and people are like, ooh, wait a second.
Yeah. And I think it still took time, after that, which is unfortunate. But like, so the idea of portraying the news journalists, both of them, because Coppola also has the cameo in the beginning on the beach scene where they're like, go pretend you're fighting, pretend you're shooting. Very negative portrayal of like journalism,
Oh yeah. When especially like that scene in the very beginning when and like, don't look at the camera, just keep running, just don't look at the camera. And then like when you're looking from like behind the like filmographer's point of views, right, you can see like past them, right, like in the background there's like a tank like shooting flames onto people's homes as people are like running out, and they're like, no, just keep running for the shot, keep running. It's like, dude, like it's so fucked. And I think that like I think that like their reactions to it where they're like what the fuck's going on, it's very real, like very like it makes fucking sense, and it makes that like it makes the reappearance at the end of the film so much more, because like more jarring to me at least. I'm like, okay, well I guess they're doing that on the front lines, gross, disgusting, weird, but like they gotta get propaganda somehow, I guess, like and I'm like, that's very critical of like the US, but like damn, good on you. And then entire flip side when you get down there, it's just like, oh, this guy's just a fucking huge piece of shit, and he's like risking life and limb to
just like suck this guy's dick
to document like what
it's almost like it's supposed to be more of a commentary on like a hippie than it is on, or like hippie culture or like counterculture than journalism, because the guy, I mean, he's got the bandana and the glasses, and he's like got all these like signifiers, his
very stereotyped for it.
So but at the same time, then why make it like, I mean, I guess there's no other reason that a guy like that would be out there, but like it does come away with this like very like right-wing view of like, oh, journalists are just, they're just trying to get clicks or views or whatever you call it, sell papers back then. But so they
got no morals, and so like they're all lying, scheming, just trying to push whatever. It's like, okay,
it's very anti-establishment just in general, this movie, like anti-government, but also anti news, anti-religion in a lot of ways. So when they're doing the church service, well, again, people are being like gunned down directly behind, like 20 feet away, like people are being gunned down, like they're shooting flames all over the houses and shit, and they're like performing a church service, and they're like, oh, like bless us that like our bullets may fly true, and it's like, dude, what are you
like
saying?
What the fuck is happening?
But coming back to the Marlon Brando of it all, like he came onto set basically like hadn't read the script, was like, I'll just freestyle. And I don't know how much of this was improv. Yeah. But there's like I think there's a lot of like apocrypha about this movie that like who knows if it's true or not because it's so legendary, but like the
apocrypha now.
Yeah, good pull. I was gonna make a Taco Bell now earlier.
Taco Bell now,
something
I
like that.
It, yeah.
But
Leave Moss now.
Maybe not. But
too far.
Yeah. Put that one back in the fryer. What do they use at Taco Bell? They don't have fryers, so they probably have grill presses. Yeah, put that one back on the grill. Anyway.
They do have grill presses. Yeah, because I've seen videos that they like squirt shit onto it and then like yeah.
But a lot of his like monologuing feels like you could tell some of it's improvised and some of it's not, and like the way they shoot him, which was a happy accident. They talk about this in Jaws, like the making of Jaws, also a legendarily like difficult shoot, and that there were so many like happy. The biggest happy accident of that being like, because they couldn't get the shark to work, they didn't show the shark as much, which ended up being a more suspenseful, scarier movie. And so I feel like he's the shark in this movie, Marlon Brando is, where it's like, because they can't show him full on looking like, the Prometheus alien or like Stonehenge, or not Stonehenge. An Easter Island head is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
It's better.
I was like 12 stones arranged in a circle.
Yeah. No, he's more menacing because you can't see him, but it's still, it's great. I mean, and like we talked about earlier, that his character as a metaphor for like this like horrible kind of end result of American imperial projects. Like, if you want like a bloodthirsty, like conquering, you want to be the good guy, but you want to get all this shit done to win, you've got to be, willing to do all of this like horrible, like you've got to basically become a madman, is really, I find that very fascinating. Yeah.
It's also the idea that like you will do all of this and like it'll drive you into madness, but like you'll still worry about what those back home think. It's like you still have to be the good guy, right?
Yeah.
Like end of the day, like he's still worried about that. He's like, well, and like he knows that he's going to be killed, right? Like he definitely knows
eventually,
that. And he's like, well, like
yeah.
Either way, like I want my kids to see me as the good guy. Like I have to be the good guy in this situation, no matter what.
Yeah. And I have to shout out Jackson, friend of the show, not really a listener, but his review of this movie was really really interesting and engaging and thoughtful. Of like, the idea that the war machine backing Kurtz is even so like understands that they can't go there with him, even though he might be technically right. TM, about like how to fully like win the war and like what needs to be done and just exterminate them all, that even that was too radical for their, what like their conscience. That was a really anyway, good writings from Jackson on Letterboxd. Yeah.
I think a part of that too, again, can have a right wing misrepresentation, right?
Sure,
where
totally.
People can see that and say like, oh, this is actually critiquing the American military at the time for not going far enough, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I do not hold this opinion, just some of that out there, but I could very easily see how somebody could watch that and like draw that pretty like distinct line between.
I mean, people people like say that now, like about like, well, our men are too soft, like, and I think people said that then, that it was like, well, we just don't have guys that are like, they like the lionization of like World War II, even though like we were sending little scrawny teens out there then too, like in World War I, like that's not, so it's like, they just don't have what it takes, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, there was some World War II movie that I saw which was like very accurate to how like the beach landings went.
Talk about
I remember watching in social studies class.
Yeah, it
I
had
don't know
to
if it was Saving Private Ryan.
If you watched a World War II set movie about the fucking invasion of Normandy, like, it's that. Like, it has to have been that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All I really remember is we watched about half an hour of, like, it's literally just like people, like kids essentially, like, in a metal box.
Yeah.
The box opens and it's just like gore. It was so just insane. And then, like, you hear about the numbers from that time, right? Like, the number of people, and it's like, oh, okay, so the only people that, like, survived, really, like, they just fucking luck of the draw. Like, you know, you got to the beach, you know, 10 minutes later, like, great, you know.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's crazy, and it's crazy that people, like, I don't know, that people don't vilify it as much as I feel like it should be, or, like, it's definitely, like, World War II and its veterans are treated with honor, as I feel like they should. You know, very brave of them to do that. But such a tragic loss of life, and just so meaningless, really. Especially in terms of, like, what the goals were during those operations. It's just so, it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah. No, agreed. That's where it comes in, like, the futility of it, and then just, like, the fragility of, like, human life, and not in, like, just, like, the idea that, like, you could just snuff out a life with, you know, of a kid, or, you know, many children, or whatever, just, like, any, like, so easily, and the idea of, like, enacting anything that could just consider that a casualty that's, like, acceptable is really sad and tough. So
yeah.
Coming back to the beginning, because I know we talked about, like, the opening scene, but when he's getting that information about Kurtz, getting the initial mission, hopefully you recognized Harrison Ford. He's the one who...
Which one was he? That's Indiana Jones, right?
Yes, that is Indiana Jones. Yeah, so he's really young in this movie, like, very baby-faced, but he's the one who kind of, like, walks through all of the, like, basics of the mission before the other two, like, army guys get into, like, yeah, Kurtz is fucking insane, and you need to terminate him with extreme prejudice, which is a crazy thing to say. Yeah. But the way that they use shrimp in that scene to be so disgusting, again, we're coming back to the disgust episode. What is it with shrimp in movies being used to convey, like, decadence and disgust? Because it reminded me of The Substance. Like, if you remember in The Substance, in the beginning, when Dennis Quaid's eating the shrimp and, like spitting it into the microphone, you know. Yeah.
I mean, I especially like that they use shrimp heads here. I think a lot of it was to show, like, the foreign way of life, right? It's like, well, like, shrimp,
he says that,
not very common. Yeah, I mean, I guess that was more of, like, a southern thing. Like, shrimp and crawdads are definitely bigger in the South, but, like, I would think that Americans really would only be familiar with, like, crawdads, the American.
And that's what he says, is he's like, if you can brave this, you can brave anything, or something. And it's like, bro, those are shrimp. Like, it's fine. Like, I get it, of course, for the time, but
bro, like, I get those at Hot Pot. I bite the head off. I love it, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
It down.
I'm a fucking animal, bro. Like,
it's funny that that shrimp seems to be. Are there other movies that use seafood like this? Like, where it's like to elicit
seafood?
Yeah.
Seafood, I eat it. Yeah, I think definitely, right? I haven't seen The Lobster, but there's a lobster involved, in my understanding.
No, I'm shaking my head no. Not like that, okay. Yeah.
No, I don't actually know, but,
maybe, is it...
Yeah, I don't...
Is it The Boys? The TV show that has someone eating a squid? Or eat an octopus or something?
Oh,
spoilers?
They do...
They, like, make a character
spoilers
eat it?
For The Boys.
Because it's like the character that can hear his thoughts, right? Like the thoughts of... And he's
yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, the guy makes him eat a live octopus, who was, like, his friend. And he was like, dude, like, he's begging for his life right now.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, well, enjoy him then. And, like, they get really fetishistic and weird about it. I mean, I think they have that, like, a scene or two after the character who has to eat it, is, like, being sucked off by an octupus. So you get, like, a full frontal view of him with just, like, octopus there. It's very, very gratuitous. I don't know, it's fun if you get into it. I don't know.
Yeah. But no, we'll have to think about it if there are other like seafood being disgusting, or like as a sign of decadence or horror or something. Yeah, I feel like there must be a third. These things happen in thirds, and shrimp feels like so specific. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely out there. The substance scene is great. That's stuck in my head now, the like waving around.
I love that movie so much, man. We should watch that movie for the show. If
we make a movie,
what?
If we make a movie, we'll throw a shrimp scene in there, and it definitely has to be like at Hot Pot, and someone goes, "Oh, like I'll have the shrimp," and they just like grab it with their hands and like dunk it right into it, like dunk it into the sauce, and they're like dragging it out. Fucking
obviously it's Forrest Gump. The watchers are screaming. Forrest Gump has a bunch of shrimp in it because that's the whole like middle section. Yeah, but that's not for grossness, so that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
I searched shrimp in movies, and I just got so many scenes from Shark Tale, like hundreds of scenes from Shark Tale.
Yeah. Oh my god. Actually, I'm going through a really tough time right now, and my sister, she just had a baby, and she broke her leg.
Never seen Shark Tale, believe it or not. Never seen it.
Oh. So. I feel like I watched it a year or two ago, and I mentioned it on the pod because it was around the same time I watched The Godfather, and I was talking about different actors between it. Yeah.
With this movie, another thing that feels walking the edge of gratuitousness and satire is the USO show with the Playboy Playmates. I
was going to mention that. Yeah. If we didn't get to it. Yeah. Although, that was real. That really happened, and
sure.
From what I've heard, the comments that they were yelling, they're like, "Oh, take your top off, get it."
Yeah,
that was subdued compared to what it was actually like. These women were being fucking terrorized on stage. Yeah, it was just
yeah. But it's okay. They're dressed as a cowgirl in Pocahontas, so okay, I get it. Right? This is a very clear line we're drawing of American imperialism and sex. But then it goes on for so long before it really the drama escalates in that way, and it feels very okay, this movie sure is 2 hours and 27 minutes. It really feels like that. Yep. So, but it's I think it breaks it up, which is nice.
Yeah. Within the 3 hours, it didn't feel as bad because that was 10 minutes of it, maybe. Yeah. 5-10 minutes. It was it didn't feel as grating or as droning on, but
yeah.
Yeah.
The so because you watched the 3 hour scene, there's probably a lot with the plantation, the French people who are we're not French anymore. I remember that
there's a little bit of that. Yeah.
I remember that being way too long in the really long version. That was just okay, all right, enough. We do not need this. Take the shit out of here, but
it didn't feel grating, but it was one of those scenes that didn't feel very
necessary
in place at home here. Necessary. Yeah. I mean, what I feel like they're going for with that is just French merchant marines or whatever. Yeah. There's some French
Montagnard or something. Yeah. They have a special name. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's okay, sure. I get it. I think the French in general have, the Foreign Legion?
Sure.
So, anyone can sign up, and it's okay, they just send them wherever. Yeah. But I'm oh, alright, I get it, sure. It sort of lends to the, I want to say, I guess, kaleidoscopic effect of the film.
Yeah.
Where it is very oh, okay, sure, I guess this is happening.
Yeah. No, glad that I watched the version that did not have that shit in it. Yeah.
Not at all?
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything where... Yeah. No, we're on the boat for most of it. I mean, up until the very end.
Yeah.
That middle chunk is all boat.
On the boat for a lot.
Let's talk a little bit about the ending. So when they actually get to the compound or the temple... This is the end. They're playing the fucking Doors song at the beginning and end of the movie. So that's always fun.
Yeah.
Good soundtrack. Of course, you can't go wrong with that music. They got Creedence Clearwater and shit,
It helped me build my mind palace for this film because there were the the doors at the beginning and then the doors at the end as you're leaving, you know.
All right, movie's over. Podcast over.
All right, that's the
this
review.
This is our last episode. Yeah.
See you next week.
But no, so the cross-cutting, which we already talked about a little bit with the slaying of the buffalo, and then, you know, obviously this, like, sacrificial, like, we must kill this colonel to be able to continue the war at large, or, like, you know, he's gone too far, is clever and funny. I do, and, like, a very, like, the first time you watch it, you're like, whoa, this is, like, fucking operatic. The way that, I can't remember Martin Sheen's character, Willard, comes out of the like the pond or like the water that he's in, and he's got the full, you know, camouflage face paint on. Like, that's crazy cool. Like, obviously, like the slaying of this animal, like, which is always tough to see, you know that they really fucking killed that thing. Like, hopefully it was, you know, legitimately used or whatever afterward, but, like, yeah, it's very arresting.
It was so insane because I went back and forth, like, because as it's cutting back and forth, I was like, no way they would have actually killed, like,
but then they show the same, they show the same, like, shots over and over again, or, like, the same exact, like, footage from different, like, angles, and you're like, oh no, they did this once and filmed it 15 ways. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And, like, as it's falling, like, there's one scene in particular, like, as it's falling, like, you can see, like, in its eyes, like, oh, like, this is a living being, which is, like...
Yeah.
As it's, like, very severed, I was like, oh, fuck, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And in the same way, I think the choreography that they had between Marlon Brando and our main guy, and, like, just the way that they sort of, like, show them going back and forth. Obviously, it's, like, mostly obscured in the dark, but it's still, like, it's enough to get you there, especially with the very, very vitriolic imaging of
the score.
Steer being slaughtered.
You know, the Jim Morrison going, like, screaming, basically going like woo, 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 you know, in that song. It takes you a long way. I do kind of wish that scene was like 10% less obscured by darkness, just because it does feel like you're getting this animal shot in, like, perfect fucking vision. Not like the animal's not, like, you know, the shooting is in perfect, you know, and then you get these like very obscured, and I understand that that's a limitation of, like, depicting this violence, I guess, or, like, you know, you can't show Marlon Brando being literally hacked open, I guess, at the time. I don't know. But it does leave just a little bit more to be desired. I would like to see a little more kind of matching between the two, you know, cross-cutting things.
I think a part of that was also, like, kind of like the sacrifices you're willing to make in the open, right? Like
sure.
I mean, if you want to look at it from, like, the war point of view, like, yeah, okay, well, we're willing to sacrifice, like, our kids, like, openly, that's fine, sure.
Yeah.
But then, like, the sacrifices that, like, you have to sort of have concealed, right? And it's like, oh, well, maybe we don't let people know that, like, you know, they come home broken. Maybe we, you know, like, maybe we just sort of keep that a little bit more obscured there.
That'd be good for your English essay that you'll write about this movie after this podcast. Yeah.
I was thinking of making that, like, either my third or my second, what is it? Not thesis statement. Like my paragraph. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. We have to come up with 3 ideas. Yeah.
The triangle method. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a great ending. And then he finds the book that, like, of research where he finds that, like, very upsetting note, where he says, like, exterminate them all. Like, they're all brutes, or, like, exterminate all the, whatever he says. Which reminded me of, this is a crazy pull, in Manhunter. Spoilers for a great scene in Manhunter. If you've not seen Manhunter, skip 30 seconds. When they're doing the note, that they find in Lecter's cell, and they finally decipher what it said and, like, what he instructed them to do, and it turns out they reveal that he gave him Lecter's address, or Will Graham's address to the Tooth Fairy. That, like, just, like sudden reveal of, like, very violent, like, you know, information, I guess, is just, but, like, implied, like, it's not depicted, but just, like, you know, spoken.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that, because I think the terminology they use is, like, kill them all, like, or something like that, like, save yourself, kill them all, I think he says in Manhunter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just reminded me of that instantly. And it's so chilling. So he closes that book, and he's like, about to burn it, and then turns off the radio and says, like, I'm getting the fuck home. Like, really crazy. Yeah.
Real, though.
Yeah, true. He wants to go to bed.
I'd be getting the fuck home, bro. I'd be like, man, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah. Good ending. I mean, you know, a good, and then it just cuts to black, you know, no credits or any kind of like, bullshit. Yeah. The only other kind of big note I had about this was the score, which we talked about the soundtrack just now, but like the like electronic droning goes crazy with the helicopters and like all of the guns fire and stuff. It just sounds so upsetting. It reminds me of the bwah, bwah, bwah from All Quiet on the Western Front, but like better, like way better and less gratuitous.
Yeah, I mean, that was part of the movie that I think meshed the best across it. Is I mean, it keeps you like on edge, but yeah, the score and music and just sound direction in general is all sort of at times it almost feels hostile to the viewer, but like
totally
to an end, you know. It feels very like targeted, you know. Yeah,
no, this movie is if nothing else hostile to watch.
yeah.
Not a fun
Hostiles,
watch.
2017.
Ooh, 2017.
I might not have gotten the year right, but
no, I don't know, buddy. You're fucking bang on. It's 2017.
Let's go!
Which, it's crazy that we were talking about Christian Bale being cast in Heat, and we didn't talk about Hostiles. That's how fucking forgettable that fucking stupid ass movie is.
Wait, that's so crazy too. Yeah. I was talking about that with my friend the other day because it has Plemons and Chalamet in it.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But we were talking about Chalamet, and I was like, dude, he's got a great death scene in Hostiles, which is a Plemons movie as well.
Spoilers for Hostiles to anybody who's
spoilers for Hostiles, by the way.
My very last note is that apparently Orson Welles originally wanted to make Hearts of Dark or an adaptation of Heart of Darkness with like back in the 30s or 40s, and the studio was like, no, so he made Citizen Kane instead. And then, which is fucking crazy. And then Coppola wanted to cast Welles as the Marlon Brando role, but he turned it down, which I think is the right call, probably, because I think that he would have gone way too fucking hammy. Like, this already is kind of a hammy performance, but Marlon Brando keeps it a little bit more, like, operatic versus, like, Shakespearean, if that makes sense. Like, it's more, like, epic than just, like, I don't know, like, over-the-top ham, Kenneth Branagh style. So, but it is fun to think about what that would be like.
I think it'd be cool as fuck, but yeah.
It'd be cool, don't get me wrong.
I do love Welles, yeah.
Like 60-some-year-old Orson Welles, maybe 70 years old at this point. I don't know how old he was, but like fucking old, grizzled.
Have you... I'm pretty sure this is Orson Welles. I could be very far off with this. I started my Simpsons rewatch because I got to the point where I would get bored of it, and I put it back to the beginning. I recently got past the episode where Orson Welles reads The Telltale Heart.
Oh.
Have you seen that before?
No, that can't be. I mean, Welles was dead by the time The Simpsons came out, so that must be a parody. Let me see. Look, I'm pretty sure I think he died in the 80s. Let me see if I'm wrong here.
I don't know who it is. Let me look up. Let me just look up Simpsons Telltale Heart.
Yeah, no, he's voiced by Maurice LaMarche, he's the brain from Pinky and the Brain. He does, who is Orson Welles, the brain from that show, and has done his voice in like other movies and stuff.
Okay, that's why I thought it. I heard it and I was like, whoa, like, is that Orson? Like, did they get Orson Welles for this? I was like, I've got to show this to Lane, and I didn't send you a message, so I forgot about it.
No, you're fine. Yeah, he has played or voiced Orson Welles in a few things. That guy, because he does a very like a spot on fucking impression. Like the brain is literally, but
it reminds me a lot of Hamlet, actually. Just like the like the intonation, the way that like they go through it. It's a really cool app. I would recommend you watch that episode.
Long French champagne beard. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
Just specifically because, and I mean, it's like it's one of the Tree Houses of Horror, so it's like it's like a 5-minute bit.
Yeah.
But it's so good. I love the Tree House of Horror. They're like my favorite episodes of The Simpsons. So
that's cool. Yeah. That is cool. Yeah. I lied. I have one other thing, but we can, do you have anything else to say about Apocalypse Now?
I don't.
You want to play a little game?
This movie won the Palme d'Or, which is the Cannes, prestigious, their kind of Best Picture equivalent, one of them.
Yeah.
This is the 6th Palme d'Or movie that we've watched. Can you name the other 5? Can you just guess what the other 5 might be? I'll give you a hint. I know that you can't, but we'll get there. Because we need to make this episode 3 hours, and we're just shy of 2 hours now. So I figure we can take an hour for this. 3 of them are from before this movie, and then 2 of them are after, and they are all from
chronologically.
Yes. Okay. So I'll say this: they're not just the most famous. In fact, I would say none of these movies are top tier movies that people see and love. These are not Palme d'Ors are weird like that, where they're not that's Titanic, or you know what I mean? There's but they're good, kind of artsy movies. A couple of these movies are pretty divisive among us.
I'm pulling up the list right now. Okay, so I pulled up the list. I'm sorting it by release date, and I'm just going to scroll through and see. So you said 3 of them are from before this movie?
Yes. So this movie is 79. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. It would have been after the establishment of Cannes.
Which is
when was
40s.
Cannes established?
Yeah.
The 40s.
The first one's in the 50s. I'll say that. The first movie is in the 50s. So, think of, big... I think 5 of these movies are, stylistically very weird. Or 4 of these movies are stylistically very weird. And the last one is, not like them at all. There's 4 movies that are, artsy. Really... the first 3 especially are, really, really artsy.
It's tough because you say 1950, and it's our 1950 films are kind of all bangers. I don't know. All About Eve, Othello, Tokyo Story, All That Heaven Allows, The Bad Seed.
So which of those is
tough?
Was a good movie that is super artsy, the artsiest or most stylistic of those?
I'd say Othello.
Yes, Othello is the one. So
okay.
So that's the one from the 50s. There's 2 from the 60s.
2 from the 60s. Ooh.
I'll say this.
I really want to say Psycho, but I feel...
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I did not like either of these movies, but you liked one of them.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I kind of want to say Psycho because it felt so groundbreaking, but I don't know how it was received at the time, especially by critics.
People
which is
loved
just
Psycho.
A blindside.
So...
So it probably wasn't one.
Remember, Cannes is a European film body too, or a film establishment. So think
is the Umbrellas of Cherbourg one of them?
It sure the fucking is. Yep, that's the next one.
Let's go. Ooh.
And then there's a
Playtime.
It's not Playtime. Playtime would have been cool, but Playtime was not it. Yeah. But you're right.
No way it was Quiet On, right?
No, Kaidan, no.
The Trial?
It was not. No, a little later.
Oh, wow.
A movie we hate.
I guess it's got to be Blow Up then.
It's fucking Blow Up. I couldn't believe when I was scrolling through this list, I was
crazy.
Blow Up of all things? What did we miss? What did we... People like that movie,
I was... People do like that movie. I was thinking Blow Up because I scrolled past it to get to Playtime, and I was like...
Blow Up. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Wow.
And so the Apocalypse Now, which is a few rows down, and then the next one isn't until the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah.
These people have no taste. No, Rick, no.
Agree. I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah. This is also I would say, looking at our 90s run, this movie is one of the less stylistically out. It's the opposite of all of the movies we just named stylistically. It is very it has a style to it, but it is kind of no nonsense, I would describe. We liked this movie. I loved this movie. This movie turned me on to this director, who I hadn't really fucked with as much before.
Is it Naked?
No, but same director.
Interesting.
So what's the other movie
Mike Lee.
from Mike Lee from that time period? Do you remember? British?
British movie? Secrets and Lies.
Yeah. Can you believe Secrets and Lies? Yeah. So Secrets and Lies was...
That's interesting. Wow.
The Palme d'Or winner after Pulp Fiction. Like, that's crazy that they went from Pulp Fiction to, it's just like a really nutso. Yeah, because that movie's not... I mean, it's fantastic, but it's just so chill compared to these other movies.
Yeah.
And then the last one is from the early 2000s. Could not come out any other time. And very fucking bizarre that they gave this the Palme d'Or. But not too bizarre when you realize it's, a bunch of, like, libs in Europe, Ooh, I hope this is shocking to you the way that you think it is. Yeah, or that I think it is, at least.
That makes it really tough. So, saying that it's specifically early 2000s, I feel like a lot of the movies that we've seen from the 2000s are very specifically early 2000s. As I'm getting into the later 2000s here, I feel like it's maybe less likely. I feel like it was an early, before 2005.
I'm gonna say this. You're gonna be like, there's no fucking way that they gave this the Palme d'Or. You're like, there's no way that they gave this their prestigious award. But they did. Is it
Moulin Rouge?
No. Honestly, that would have been a banger.
Okay.
No, if they had given no. Even you're going in the wrong direction where it's not like blet in that way. It's blet, but in a different way. I don't know. I don't want to like.
Did we like this movie or not?
We thought it was fine. We thought it was a relic of the era. Like extremely, you could not make this movie 5 years earlier, and you couldn't. This movie would be like laughable today. It's so funny that
laughable today.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tough.
What's a movie that like?
It's not Eternal Sunshine.
No. What's a movie? What's a movie that like? Of course, the smug European liberals would love in the early 2000s.
Oh, Interstellar 5555, the story of the secret star system. Duh. No, I don't know.
It's Fahrenheit 9/11, bro.
No way! I didn't even...
No, you were just like looking past it. I was like, oh, he's like, just because it's right next to Super Size Me. So you're just
because
like,
I saw Super Size Me and Fahrenheit 9/11, and like both of them, I was like, fuck, like they're not giving it to that shit. And then like I was like, oh, Eternal Sunshine. I was like, that's also a joke pick. Like, no way, right? Like,
no, yeah.
But they're sandwiched between each other in the list. I'm like, fuck it, none of these. Yeah. I was like, it wouldn't be Beyond the Sea. Lane would be like foaming at the mouth, furious right now if it was Beyond the Sea. So I was like, all right, well that's out. I'm like, then I got to go back. It's got to be earlier. And I was like,
yeah.
And the rest of these, I'm like, I could kind of see it. I don't know why Lane's being so like dismissive,
Yeah.
Well,
just to kind of go through, because technically the Palme d'Or is given to a director, not to the movie. But so some other directors that we've covered that have won the Palme d'Or, Jafar Panahi just won this year. He won for It Was Just an Accident. He was the director of No Bears, the movie we watched, the Iranian film.
Yeah.
Bong Joon-ho, who did Memories of Murder. He won for Parasite. Michael Haneke.
Yeah, makes sense.
Who did The Piano Teacher. I mean, a lot of banger actors. Gus Van Sant. Have we done a Gus Van Sant? No, we haven't. Interesting.
Lane is stroking their chin.
I am, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, a lot of...
Very pensively.
Yeah. Kurosawa has won. The Coens won. Tarantino won. David Lynch won. And Coppola. So, yeah.
Francis Ford?
Oh, Robert Altman. He won for MASH, the MASH movie. He was the director of Nashville.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going back. Now I'm in the 40s. Anyway, yeah. So, kind of interesting. This would be a fun thing to like go through and like try to hit some of these movies that were like, what the fuck is Rome, Open City? Like, this like Cannes winner from 1946.
Yeah, it would be nice, and like it'd be cool to see. I'm always interested, like what open to like a lot of like mass appeal, or even if not mass appeal, I guess like niche appeal, right?
Sure.
Because it's interesting, like fucking blow up, man? Like, what's...
I know, right? What were they thinking? They were smoking something. You know what, though? The Third Man, another great fucking Orson Welles movie, that won the Palm. Yeah, it's cool. There's some cool shit on here.
Yeah.
But they can't all be bangers.
True.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. That was Apocalypse Now. It's a Rick's pick next week.
It is. I have 2 movies that I kind of want to see.
Okay.
Would you like to watch? They're both, in my mind, maybe. I mean, not more fun, I guess, but like
not
maybe
Apocalypse
lighter
Now.
fare.
Yeah.
Not Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
So, would you like to watch a newer film or an older one?
What's newer versus older? Like, give me a decade.
70s versus, I believe this released last year.
Huh? I don't know which one. I'm down for either. I don't have a strong opinion either way. I feel like I'm gonna have seen both of them. Like, I just like have
Okay.
But let's hear it out.
So the newer one, I was going to say, because I know we haven't done an animation in a while, and I know, I don't know, I want to do another animation. It's Little Amélie, or The Character of Rain. So it's a French film. I know you've been trying to watch more foreign films. It's a French film.
So I watched that like 2 weeks ago because it's Oscar nominated, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's a good movie though.
That's
You
fair.
should watch it. That movie made Christopher sob like
I probably
a
will.
fucking baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's really
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay, and then so the other one that I was thinking. Have you seen Enter the Dragon?
No, I haven't. Okay, yeah, let's watch Enter the
Jackie
Dragon.
Chan movie with Bruce
Yeah,
Lee?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Is Jackie Chan in that? I think it's just Bruce Lee.
I think he directs it, doesn't he?
No.
Oh, maybe he doesn't.
No.
That's crazy because the way no, don't cut it. The way that I got to Enter the Dragon is I typed in Jackie Chan movies and like I was scrolling because I was like, damn, I really want to see like the early Jackie Chan films because like I know he's does a lot of great choreography or whatnot. But,
Yeah, he's an uncredited henchman in it, so he must have been like very early in his career.
That's crazy. Yeah, this was one of the first ones on the list with that like had him on it. So I was like, oh, like I've heard of it before. A and B has Jackie Chan in it, so I might as well. No. Yeah,
no. Police Story is one that I've had on our watch list for a while. That's one that he directed and starred in. But I'm happy to do Enter the Dragon. I feel like that movie might be more like big in the culture. And yeah, I've not seen it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm totally down. That's awesome. So yeah, read us the full Rick's pick.
So next week we want to watch Enter the Dragon from 1973, directed by Robert Clouse.
Yeah, sure, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. That's so awesome. Christopher is gonna love that. Yeah. Cool. We haven't done like a martial art film in a minute, so.
Yeah. I was thinking about not the Master.
The Killer.
The Killer. Yeah. The scene that originally led me to The Killer, I saw again, and I couldn't find the name of the movie again. And so I was like, dude, and then that's what made me go, I want to see like the early Jackie Chan films, and then I went onto a filmography, found Enter the Dragon, and I was like, dude, Enter the Dragon, yeah! So like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's how
cool.
this all came about. But, yeah.
Because you saw The Killer in like a TikTok edit that was like, men are so cool and sensitive and silent. This is why we have to shoot people.
No.
Yes,
that exactly. We mentioned it last week, and I was thinking about it, so I was like, oh,
yeah. Cool. I'm excited. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have end music now, so we don't know how to end up. Like, comment, subscribe. Should we start doing a call to action at the end of our episodes to like formally end them? Now that we don't just like laugh and fade us out. Yeah.
Hey guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Show us to all of your family members, aunts, uncles, grandparents, cousins, even those cousins you don't talk to, but like you're like barely related to. Your boss, anyone you can foist us on. You know, people on the subway, people on the street. Yeah. We want to watch. Get the name out there.
Your Uber driver.
Comment about us on other YouTube channels.
Yeah, spam our shit. Follow us on Blue Sky and Letterboxd, I guess.
create 12 different AI agents who just post propaganda about we want to watch on different social media platforms, I guess.
But specifically edit our show so that we're constantly looking like sad, sensitive men who carry the burden inside of us. And then
One of us is a sad, sensitive man who carries the burden of loneliness within him.
Michael Clayton. Michael Clayton.